Everyone, welcome back to the episode 5. The two men left the house and headed to the trail. The first 10 minutes of the walk was silent because neither knew what to say to the other. Then Taehyung realized he hadn't thanked Jungkook to the meals. I have been meaning to thank you for the meals. They are really delicious, but I don't want you to over yourself, JK. It's the least I can do. I knew you would say that your healing is still the top priority. So be mindful to listen to your body, okay? Taehyung was a doctor first before anything else, and Jungkook's healing really is a top priority to him. But the way he said this to Jungkook, it sounds like the quicker you heal, the quicker you can live, JK. Dr. Kim, I know we didn't get off a very good start, but you don't have to look forward to me leaving so much. No, I think you misunderstood me. I meant that from a doctor's perspective, not as a host. It was nothing to do with you leaving. If you was being honest, having you around has a big win for me. Waking up to a cooked meal and a clean house is awesome. Who wouldn't want that, huh? He nagged Jungkook on the arm when he said this with a huge smile on his face. They didn't want another misunderstanding to add the already tense atmosphere between them. For the first time today, Jungkook felt relaxed. Okay, I'm glad to hear that you love the meals. You are amazing. Hey, do you think you were a safer work in the food industry because the meals you make are not really ordinary by any standards? Okay, I don't know. I just know that I can cook. I just don't know how I know. It's actually normal with most patients. With mania, you can lose your memory, but some things you just know how to do, like talking, walking, driving, reading, and sometimes past habits like in your case, cooking. These are all muscles memory. So either you work in a food industry or food halls or a very significant part of you who you were, JK. It makes sense. Anyway, just don't overdo it. I wouldn't throw you out because you didn't cook or clean. JK evident. Taehyung decided to address the elephant in the room. And about the morning, I said some harsh things to you. Don't out of anger. I'm sorry. Really, I am, JK. I'm sorry for my actions as well, but you don't have to worry about that anymore because I really wouldn't happen again. Thanks. Would have been happy to hear these words from Jungkook, but for some reason it made him sad. Does that mean Jungkook will stop pursuing him? The apology accepted, and I hope you will feel comfortable to be yourself around me. I am your host after all, and so it's my duty to make sure you are well taken care of. JK, I am very grateful. Also, don't worry about my healing. It's also my top priority. I don't want to live the rest of my life not knowing who I am. One thing for sure, from the past couple of days, I am 100% sure that the name Jian is on my identity. Jungkook just nodded and they continued their walk. Definitely, they both felt more relaxed than they did when they left the house. The trail now felt more like a road. They got to work right on time as usual. As soon as he walked in, the nurse were bombarding him with tons of questions about was Jungkook's whereabouts. They even went on as far as to check the list of outpatient register for the rehabilitation center to no avail. But Nurse G.A. looked the most saddened by the absence of Jungkook. He could tell that she might like Jungkook, but her actions right now are more obvious than before. Gee, Dr. Kim, aren't you the one who had the discharge form? So you should at least have an idea where he went or who picked him up. Hey Narsi, do you know how many patients I deal with? Also, since when I am requested to investigate who picked every patient up or where they would go after they leave, aren't you acting a bit irrational with the exception you have of me? Gee, I'm sorry, Dr. Kim. The thing is, your relationship with him was what? Speak clearly, Gee. Well, you two look close, so I thought your friendship would at least be enough for him to tell you where he was going after being discharged. That's all. Then immediately felt embarrassed about how he was overlooked into a response. She was merely talking about their friendship, nothing more. After the last tests we ran on Mr. Jungle, there was nothing wrong with him except his memory and minor muscles. I went and relayed the feeding to the director, and he said to discharge him. Maybe you can go ask the director and ask about Mr. Jungkook's whereabouts. You know that's not necessary. Nurse, can I ask you a rather personal question? It's okay if you don't want to answer it. I just want to make sure. Gee, go ahead. I rather you ask me. Always insisted of making. Do you perhaps have feelings for Mr. Jungle? She didn't even act shocked because the question almost as Gee, yes, I do. I didn't expect it to be this strong. I know it. I didn't really know him that well or even know about him. So what? Then do you like him? About him, Gee, do you want me to list the physical stuff or the personality? Guess whatever you are comfortable with. Gee, physically, I would say everything: his eyes, face, body, and this might be weird, but the way he walks. I know you wouldn't have noticed how the man walked with so much authority, like he was ready to take over the world. The way he always leans back when he laughed too hard. Taehyung was looking at Jake, glowing while talking about Jungkook. Her face was even flushed, like she was blushing, but was ashamed to share all this with him. He became a bit sad because all these things he listed, he could list even more. But he will never be able to share this with so much passion with anyone. She went on and on for a while, and finally, when she was done, her eyes were teary. Hey, why are you crying all of a sudden? Gee, I have never felt this way about anyone before, and it's just sad that my current affections are towards a boats. Really, I found out a while ago that the man we knew was as Mr. Jungle was not really Mr. Jungle. Was shocked about the revelation. How did you find out, and when did you find out? One evening while back. I overheard your phone call conversation with the director. I was shocked, but director decided it wasn't any of my business. But when I started to have feeling for him, I would indirectly ask him questions about himself, and sometimes he would say he didn't know, and other times he would just keep quiet. I never told anyone about this and just hoped that one day his memories would be recovered. I was also hoping that my extra care for him would reach his heart and he would start seeing me the way I am. I see him, but to be honest, I didn't think Mr. Jungle had eyes for anyone but you, Mr. Kim. Gee, when one is in love, it's not hard to see someone else who is going through the same thing as you. He was always acting down and depressed until you walk into the room, even though you never really gave him much affection. He was happy just to be around you, which is how I felt about Mr. Jungle. I am just not sure if he is just very thankful to you as a savior or what, but I know you hold a special place in his heart. Seeing you are not even bothered about his disappearance, I can tell you felt nothing for him. I do care about Jungkook as a person, but like I told I would any wanted to see it to be over. Being at the hospital with so many people all loving for Jungkook was draining. He knew what he felt for Jungkook was deeper than what a doctor would feel for his patients, but he couldn't bring himself to admit it. This was why he was sad when Jungkook said he would never kiss him again. This is why he was sad when there was tension between the two of them. This is why he was in such a bad mood, hearing all the nurses go on and on about their crushes on Jungkook. For the rest of the night, all he did was work hard to avoid Jay until his shift was over. He practically ran to the car so that he could get home as soon as possible. The sadness on her face. Taehyung parked in the driveway for a couple of minutes before exiting the car to enter the house. He wanted to ignore to the ground himself before the night shift was filled with many emotions. When he walked into the house, Jungkook was sitting at the table reading a magazine. I am back. JK, welcome back. You must be tired. Why do you say that? JK's face looks finished. I am tired. Not from work though, but because of all the nurses crying about you leaving them. They miss you so much. JK, do you want me to say something acceptable or just be honest? Just be honest. JK, well, I don't miss anyone because the person I would miss dearly is standing right in front of me. I could feel blood rush to his face. But he wasn't going to let Jungkook know how happy he was to hear those words. I guess you have been reading too many magazines and letting all those pickup lines go to your head. JK, no, not really. You asked me to be honest anyway. Before thinking to get too awkward, let me get my breakfast. Your breakfast ready? Okay, thank you. But let me take a quick shower first before I eat. Then went to his room. His shower was anything but quick. His thoughts kept him in there. he was thinking about the possibility of their relationship being successful. What if Jungkook's memory came back and he discovered that he was a lover, a partner, or a wife? What would happen to Taehyung then? Can Taehyung really open his heart to a man he doesn't know? Even worse, a man who doesn't know himself. He walked out of the room, and when he got to the kitchen, Jungkook was still preparing the breakfast. Taehyung just stood in one spot, staring at Jungkook. He was lost in his words. He used to describe Jungkook. Taehyung look at Jungkook's eyes, nose, mouth, hair, shoulders, chest, arms, hands, and waist. That's where the countertop cut him light upside. The man was attractive, but Taehyung knew there was a lot of risk if he opened his heart for him. But his curiosity got the better of him. Dear Mr. Jungle, why do you like me? JK, is that what you were thinking about the whole time while you were standing there? Then, but please answer the question that I choose to ask. There are a lot of reasons. I can list them all right now, but I am not sure if you are ready to hear or receive all of them. I had made a promise not to do or say anything that would cause you to be uncomfortable, and the answer to the question you just asked me will make you uncomfortable, so you wouldn't answer. You wouldn't give me even just one reason. JK, do you want me to answer you so that you can justify why you are JK, I have lost most of my memories, but I have not turned blind or deaf. I have heard many of the conversations that were happening around my bed and saw the way you acted around me when the people talk about my identity. How do you know I wasn't just being a good doctor, JK? Like I said, I am not blind. Do you think I hadn't seen how you treat other patients, or are you hoping I couldn't tell the difference? I didn't know how to answer that. JK, it's okay. You can answer me when you are ready. They took a deep breath, and without any further thought, I didn't hate the case. Taehyung just blurted out these words, and after they left his lips, something else replaced them. The case shared between the two men, almost like a plea for acceptance from Jungkook. He wasn't too aggressive, but was very intentionally with very slow movement he made. He didn't want to scare them off, but made sure to communicate his intentions. In the beginning, Taehyung's hands were hanging on his side, but as the case progressed, he found himself not only reciprocating Jungkook's movement but also holding on tightly to his back. As soon as Jungkook felt Taehyung's hand on his back, he deepened the gaze, seeking deeper with him. Jungkook pulled away first to stop himself from getting ahead of himself. Even though he pulled away from Taehyung's lips, he rested his forehead on Taehyung's shoulder. He was not ready to look at Taehyung's face before because he didn't know what emotion would be there. Taehyung was thankful for the moment to also recover from their racing heartbeat, seeing the man without having seen what just happened. It would be easy to think they just complete an exercise because of how breathy they were. Mr. Jungkook, I don't. Jungkook, please don't say anything right now. Please just let this moment sink. If not for you, then for me. Okay. The two men stayed like that for what felt like forever. Jungkook brushed in Taehyung's neck and hey, no need, I can eat it as is it. It wasn't been long since you made it, okay? Let me vomit. I need something to do to distract myself there, okay? In that case, do it. Jungkook went to warm the food and brought it to them. They were struggling with making eye contact, but due to Taehyung being extra aware of Jungkook, so when Jungkook noticed this, he just decided to not look at them so that Taehyung wouldn't get. JK, are you going to talk about what you meant when you said you didn't hate the kiss? Hey, well, it means exactly what I said. I didn't hate it then and I don't hate it now. Please don't misunderstand. I am still not sure how I feel about you. JK, why would you kiss someone who you have no feelings for? Though I don't say I have no feelings for you. I said I don't know what I feel. JK, okay, I am not going to push you to admit anything because you might make things go received between us again. I am just happy I didn't judge incorrectly. What do you mean by judge incorrectly? Well, I am a man. You are, so I am person you not knowing whether I had a chance or not. I actually still don't know if I have. I'm actually not sure about all this. Don't you think you are taking a risk, letting your heart feel all this for me? What if you discover that you actually have a life partner? What will happen to us, to me? JK, is that the reason you wouldn't give me a chance? Because you are afraid once my memories come back, I might leave you? Hey, that's just common sense. I can't be reckless with my heart. I have never allowed anyone inside, and the one thing I am considering it happens to be a person who carries too many risk factors. I honestly don't know what lies in my past, but I can sense you. I can assure you my heart belongs to you. Everything inside of me wants you. You can't know what that for sure, and therefore you cannot guarantee that my fear wouldn't come true. That's scary to me. Also, I would do diving into something that I had sworn I wouldn't explore. JK, what might be that be? Isn't it obvious a relationship with a man? JK, it seems that there are a lot of things you have been thinking about my past, your sexual orientation, or you have never been in relationship with a man before. I was always scared of getting out and then affect my job. Okay, so let's say my memories came back and we both find out that I am not in a relationship with anyone. Are you telling me that you I wasn't planning on being in any sort of relationship with you, so I didn't think that far. Can you just take a step One step at a time, please. All this is moving way too fast and I don't like it. It's scary. JK, okay, don't stress too much about it. Let's stop talking about this and talk about something else. What do you want to talk about? JK, I have gotten too used to sleep with all the hospital sounds that the house was too quiet for me to sleep. Last night, so I borrowed your laptop to search for things about myself. Hey, did you find something? To be continued. So, remember, do you think did something Jungkook find out? Or if he did, what is gonna be the next? And what is gonna be the relationship of Taekook? We will see it all in the next episode. Till then, take care, bye.